Two Baltimore men wrongfully convicted of a 1995 murder have finally received compensation for the 24 years they both spent behind bars. WJC's Live Rachel Menatoff shares their story and what they're doing to reform Maryland's current law. Rachel.
Vic, in the last 20 years, roughly 35 Marylanders have been exonerated for crimes they didn't commit, and only a third of those people received compensation for the time they spent in jail. This is what the Innocence Project is trying to change. In May of 2019, Eric Simmons and his brother J.R. McPherson were reunited with their families after having spent 24 years in prison on wrongful murder convictions. This month, the Maryland Board of Public Works announced that both Simmons and McPherson will receive $81,000 for each year they spent in jail, amounting to about $2 million each. And while this money can help exonerees begin to rebuild their lives, Eric Simmons says it can't make up for lost time with those closest to him.
They're not going to bring my mother back and died in '09 while I was still in prison. They're not going to bring back the fact that I weren't in my kids' lives.
Earlier this year, Simmons, together with the Mid-Atlantic Innocence Project, presented a bill before the General Assembly pushing for changes to the state's compensation law.
The problem with Maryland's compensation law, unlike laws in most other states, is that it doesn't provide an amount of compensation. It doesn't provide a timeline for when the compensation has to be granted, and it actually doesn't require the state to pay at all.
The Innocence Project says police misconduct played a major role in this case. Michelle Feldman with the Innocence Project says the state's decision to grant compensation to Eric and his brother was especially meaningful in this moment of nationwide calls for racial justice and accountability. Their bill, though, ultimately died on the last day of the legislative session before things shut down due to the coronavirus pandemic.
And we got to be back down there, and we got to keep telling our stories. The ones who are out and the ones who make it out in between now and then. We have to keep this alive.
We did reach out to the governor's office tonight. His spokesperson says he will review this bill carefully should it reach his desk. And the comptroller's office says it will review future cases on an individual basis and will continue to use the formula in place until such time as any amendments are made. We're live in Baltimore tonight. I'm Rachel Menatoff for WJZ.